Am I the a-hole for not giving my girlfriend, 25 female, my dinner after I had already bought her dinner? My girlfriend, 25 female, and I, 29 male, live in New York City, and there's a popular app where you buy leftover restaurant food. Restaurants advertise surprise bags at a reduced price in order to reduce food waste. The customer doesn't know what they're getting until they pick the food up, but the cost at least 3 times lower than the normal menu price. For example, if an entree is usually $24, the restaurant is allowed to charge $8 at most for it. These are hit or miss. Sometimes you get exactly what you want at a greatly reduced price, but sometimes you get something that you otherwise wouldn't have picked from the menu. I ordered a surprise bag from a barbecue place that I was picking up on the way home yesterday. I texted my girlfriend asking if she wanted one, but she said no, she wasn't in the mood for barbecue. However, there was an Indian restaurant right next door that also had surprise bags available on the app, so she ordered one of them. The barbecue was $12 and the Indian food was $10. When I get home, I unpack the meals to see what we got. I was psyched about my bag. Since I paid $12, I knew the value had to be at least $36, but honestly the platter looked a lot more expensive. This was a hit. Keep in mind that we live in the West Village, which is the most expensive neighborhood in the most expensive city in the U.S., so $36 for one meal is pretty typical. There were burnt ends, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, and pickles. My girlfriend, however, was less lucky. Her surprise bag only had 6 different types of soup, half of them being variations on cauliflower soup. She was disappointed to say the least. She asked if we should share my barbecue, and I said no. I'm hungry. I offered to buy you some already, and you said no, so I'm going to devour it. She got mad and called me the a-hole. I told her if she didn't want soup, she should have ordered something specifically instead of using the surprise bag app. I then told her to just order something off a food delivery app. She said she didn't want to spend the money. Another bit of context is I make a lot more money than her and pay all of our rent. I know she's running a bit of a lean financial picture right now. I then tell her that if she doesn't want to pay for delivery, I'll walk to the bodega on our street and can buy her something there. Another bit of context is that we live on a 4th floor walk-up with no elevator, and she broke her leg in a car accident a month ago, so it can be tough for her to get around. She says the grill is probably off there and all she wants is a hot meal. I tell her she has soup. Anyway, she thinks I'm the a-hole. But in my defense, 1. I offered to buy her barbecue to begin with, which she declined. 2. She picked out her own food and I grabbed it for her on my way home. 3. When she wasn't satisfied, I suggested 2 solutions, either ordering something from an app or going to a bodega. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole? Okay. Let's read some of the comments and I'll tell you what I think. This person writes, "You're the a-hole. Come on, man. You both did the surprise bags, hers didn't work out. You know she can't afford to order something else, but didn't offer to help pay. You offered her crappy bodega food instead. You could have at least split the barbecue and ordered something else to share and split the price. If the situations were reversed and you'd gotten a bunch of crap soup while she had a feast, would you really want to sit there hungry waiting for some crappy alternative while she chowed down? You're going to get lots of not the a-hole responses that just have no concept of being nice and making small sacrifices for your partner. You and them seem like the types who, if their meal companion gets the wrong meal at a restaurant and has to wait half an hour for a new one, they'll sit there and eat and not even offer a fry. Edit to add, for F6 guys, I lived in New York City for a decade. I know bodegas have good food. The grill was closed. Her options would have been maybe a deli sandwich if they were still making them, but it could very well have just been like chips and cookies. She wanted a real dinner. Another person writes, and she is recovering from a broken foot in a 4-story apartment with no elevator. My spouse often buys new food to try out and we share. It's a diversification strategy in case one of us don't like the food. Even if I bought something and changed my mind, I don't think my spouse would ever actually deny me some of his. And if I brought something delicious, I would love it if he tried some. This person writes, they did say they'd go pick it up for her, but they are missing the point. They aren't just an a-hole, they are selfish. I'm sure this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Imagine being laid up with a broken leg, so she's dependent on them and she gets a bunch of crap soup. She sees a giant platter of massive amounts of food, it smells delish and asks to share, and he says, nope, I'm starving. Then he goes on to say you had a chance to get barbecue. So the big person on campus, who makes more money than her and pays the rent, which has absolutely zero to do with this, but this fun fact again makes him an even bigger a-hole. And let's not forget he lives in the most expensive neighborhood. In the most expensive city in the country, Galilee offers to pay for delivery, but not her food, or go pick up crappy food at the bodega. And what got me the most was when she said she wanted hot food, they said, well, you have soup. For some reason this is making me irate. I would never sit there and not share my food with my partner under any circumstances, let alone when they were disappointed with their food, had a broken leg, and couldn't financially afford to get any more. They literally sat there chowing down in front of her, barbecue sauce all over his face and licking his fingers while she's staring at her gross soup. It's pretty sick behavior on the OP's part. You're the a-hole. And now for my thoughts. OP, if you love someone, you are supposed to be kind to them. These scream stingy to me. You watched your girlfriend struggle with soup she did not like while you had a spread. I understand that you were hungry, but you could have offered her something from your plate and then restated that you were too hungry to give her anything else. Like, damn, you couldn't spare a cornbread and some meat. In all fairness, what if OP's surprise meal was bad too? What would his girlfriend have done? Would she have eaten her soups or tried to order something else? This is something I thought about when making my final decision. So, was OP an a-hole for not giving his girlfriend some of his dinner after he had already bought her dinner? Yes, because he could have offered her something from his plate. On the a-hole meter, OP scored a 4 out of 10. OP, you treated your girlfriend that has a broken leg and is low on cash like a roommate instead of someone you are in a loving relationship with. Do better next time. We've come to the end. Do you think OP was the a-hole or not? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe for more. Bye.